Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to TrendSpider Live. My name is Mike, and today we're going live for the OKLO earnings. So if you guys are out there in the chat, let me know where you guys are tuning in from and what you guys are watching for the day. Let me just go ahead and show my header here so you can see what stock we're looking at. But yeah, looking at the daily chart of OKLO, it's clearly sold off quite a bit from the top. And is trading at this pivot level from, what is that? Oh, it's only from 2025. That's from the 2025 high. So it's a very interesting level here. As you can see, this company does not have any revenue. Check out the EPS real quick in TrendSpider. Yeah, not a whole lot of data to go off based on OKLO. If you're trading this one, it's probably just based on technicals. Kind of hard to trade based on fundamentals with a stock without any revenue. Somebody says OKLO received a government contract today. That is cool. Let's use Sidekick to go and take a look and see what's going on. Why don't we? Let's do this. Having it, make sure that is good. And having it analyze the upcoming earnings for OKLO. Tell me the expected EPS and revenue. Explain any recent news and all of that good stuff so you know exactly what's going on. Stock Pivot, welcome back. PT Griffin, also welcome back. Good to see you guys out there in the audience again. So let's take a look here. Stock Pivot, where it's going. It's going up, pump, hell yeah. Love it. Let's see. What does it say? Yeah, OTA signed today. Agreement to support design, construction, and operation of Aurora Powerhouse. A big deal for OKLO. Very cool. And then also an NRC materials license issued today to Oklo's subsidiary Atomic Alchemy. So yeah, pretty good news recently, both apparently today. No revenue estimate. What they do, they're an advanced nuclear tech company building SMRs, specifically the Aurora Powerhouse. Again, pre-revenue. Karen says they make money eventually, theoretically. Stock Pivot, looking for $70.45. That would be pretty cool. That's basically at this high candle right here. A little bit, yeah. Got this recent pivot here at around 70. Currently trading at what, 61? Yeah, nice gap up today. Probably on that news. And ever since, they have mostly sold off, but you know, from yesterday's close, they're up about 1.6%, which is a good sign. But intraday, you know, they gave back most of those gains here on the daily chart. I have the 9 and 21 EMAs plotted on my chart. You can see it kind of rejected the 21. It's been trading under these EMAs since like January, a couple months or so, month and a half, give or take. So it'll be fun to watch this. We also have LULU reporting earnings. If you guys are out there in the chat, let me know what you guys are watching for today. Is it mostly OKLO? I know we got LULU out there as well, looking to report today. And a couple other names. What else was there? It was LULU, OKLO, DocuSign, another pretty beat up names if I can recall correctly. All of them are trading pretty low. You know, DocuSign hasn't done well for quite a while, really ever since COVID. As you know, DocuSign popped off during COVID, as did everything, but it's kind of like a Zoom story. Mostly useful during, you know, lockdowns, I guess you could say. But we'll see what happens going into the close here for all of these names. I can switch over to my live dashboard, see what we got going over here. Again, if you look at the sector rotation chart, you can see leading is still energy. It looks like SMH just popped back into leading. It's been kind of crazy. I believe, what is this on? Is this, check if this is weekly or monthly real quick. It is weekly. Let's go back to the monthly one. I personally like the monthly one a little bit better for the sector rotation chart because I'm more of a position trader myself, I like to see the longer term trends. And yeah, SMH is still technically in the weakening grid there, which is of course semiconductors, but it looks like we got a new emergence here. This is real estate. Oh no, real estate's been in there. So yeah, energy, real estate, the only things still leading on the monthly over the past 5 months specifically. But again, on the weekly, we see SMH starting to creep back up. Let's look at SMH here on my chart. I don't know, SMH really is hanging in there pretty well, isn't it? Not that far down from the all-time high on SMH. Let's see what we got in the Cancelim scan and the Minervini base breakout. DigitalOcean popped up recently on one of my other scans, similar to this scan right here. And so did, Pump is there, very nice. We got DVN, that's another one that I've seen. That's an energy company. Again, breaking out of a base, pretty nice base actually too on Devon Energy, I believe it is. And what was the other stock? MU broke out really yesterday and today. Had a nice gap up yesterday, and it's continuing to hit all-time highs on Micron today. So that's a good one to keep an eye out for. Absolutely. Look at my little sector rotate or stock market map. You can see energy is clearly leading over the last 7 days and the last 30 days. Energy just continues to kill. Let's pull up XLE on my chart right here. Yeah, another new high on XLE. Very good. I saw Pump on the Minervini base breakout scan. Pump continues to make new highs again, which is incredible for me at least. PARR coming down a little bit today. But yeah, DVN also. So Pump and DVN are looking really good if you're looking for energy names that are leading. WDC, yep, WDC, Micron, SNDK, all are absolutely pumping. Micron earnings is tomorrow, by the way, along with FOMC. So if you guys aren't already, make sure you subscribe and tune back in tomorrow because I'm going to be live for most of the day. For FOMC, we got Powell speaking tomorrow. We got an interest rate decision and then also Micron earnings. So it should be a really good one. Let me go ahead and edit this list and get my stuff in here. Again, we have OKLO, LULU, and DocuSign are the main ones for 317. And I'm using a dashboard here on TrendSpider, you guys, by the way. If you guys are wondering how I'm getting all this stuff on a single monitor here, it's very nice. You can open up a dashboard and use it like this. Customize the widgets however you want. So I'll put OKLO and LULU. I'll put DocuSign so we can watch them all in real time in the after hours session here. And I'll also change my news filter to only have these stocks, LULU, DocuSign, so you can see the news for the day. Let's see what's going on with all these names. OKLO stock jumps ahead of earnings, kind of gave it all back though. That was 3 hours ago. LULU, yeah, just a bunch of things really about the OKLO deals, which is very nice. OKLO shares are trading higher after the company announced it signed a U.S. Department of Energy agreement to support the design, construction, and operation of its reactor under the reactor pilot program. For technical traders, doesn't really matter other than it's a good sign. It's a good deal, which is what I'm really watching out for. And you can see that OKLO pumped in the pre-market session. So what time is it? We got 6 minutes until the market does close. So if you guys are out there, let me know if you guys are seeing anything else. And by the way, if you guys didn't know, full options chain data is available on TrendSpider now. So if you didn't know, you can come down here to the options data section and get an entire, here I'll show you the two things. We have the option map and the options chain. We can take a look at those for OKLO right now. Let's open up the options chain. So let's open up the options map. And I'm looking at calls here. No filter, but this basically is going to highlight by default all the strikes with the highest open interest, and it's going to highlight them so we can take a look at, see what's going on. Probably for mostly this earnings expiration, which is the next expiration there on the 20th of March. It's actually a monthly too, which is good. So let me change this to by expiration, because we're only focused on this 20th of March expiration for the most part here. And let's see, the highest open interest call looks like it is around the 75 strike, and the 70 strike makes it incredibly easy to see here on the options map. And then we got some at the money strikes at 60 and 61. But yeah, mostly people looks like are betting on the 70 and 75s and even the 80s. Well, let me actually use Sidekick, because not only do we have options data, you can use AI to analyze the options data. Let's look at the Oklo options expiration for their earnings, which is March 20th, 2026. Let me know the best looking strikes for either calls or puts that seem to be a solid opportunity. Let me know what you think is a potential trade move for earnings, strangle, strikes, or just single contracts. So I'm just throwing in a little bit of stuff there to Sidekick to see what's going on. Sidekick or options data was just recently released for all the options data. So to be honest, I don't have a ton of experience analyzing it all with AI and Sidekick, but we're going to learn together right now on the stream how, I've done it a little bit. We'll see what happens here. What Sidekick has to say about this options data for OKLO going into earnings. Should be interesting to see. In the meantime, while we wait for that to load, what are you guys trading for OKLO going into earnings? If anything, are you guys holding shares? Are you guys trading options? You buying straddle, strangles? Let's take a look at what Sidekick has to say. It says, Ivy is brutal here. Buying premium into this is expensive. Obviously, with earnings coming up. Implied move says, what is it? The 54 to 68 range. 54, which is down here, to 68. We can plot them on my chart. 54, close enough, to 68. Not the biggest range, is it? That's what Sidekick is saying is the range. Still want to, we also have an indicator that came out with the options release. It is expected move from options, and then also put call ratio. It's weird. I'm not sure. I need to update this. 1 second. Did it on my personal account. It's like an expected move from options. By the way, if you guys didn't know how to update an indicator or scanner or anything on TrendSpider, if the author updates it like we did for this expected move, you just click it in your custom indicator editor section right here. Click the 3 dots and apply last updates from the author, and that will go ahead and update it for you. So quick tip there if you use custom indicators. And change this back to 10. And that's pretty spot on. This is the expected move by expiration, I believe. So, that seems to line up pretty closely with what the indicator is saying. It does paint pretty far into the future. Interesting. Again, I'm still kind of getting a grasp and learning a lot of this options data. But for the March 20th expiration, which is here, it's saying about, like 67, which is basically 68. So exactly where I put these lines with. So Sidekick is pretty spot on there. Put call ratio 1.52, which means a little bit more skewed bearish, I guess. PT Griffin is holding shares. Nice. Did you just recently buy those shares, Griffin? Some CEF 011 says, I have a limit buy at 62.30 if it pops. Else does not activate 100 shares. So limit buy at 62.30. You set a limit order above the price. This is interesting. But yeah, speaking of that, we're coming into the close. So let's go ahead, go back to the live dashboard over here and see what happens as the market closes. We got one, the market just closed. I don't have my bell, barely open up my broker these days just because I use Signal Stack. But let's see. Market did just close. So place your bets if you haven't already. PT Griffin has had it for 3 months. That's probably been kind of a brutal hold. So hopefully you get a move up. DocuSign is pumping right off the rip here, up 2%. And CLPT is the other one, by the way, that's reporting. Load that up. And then OKLO is expected to drop their numbers. What is that, 5 minutes or so after the bell rings? So in about now, like 4 or 5 minutes from now. But yeah, you guys, OKLO earnings. Going to be watching them in real time together. So if you guys are enjoying this so far, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and be sure to tune in tomorrow. It's going to be a massive day with FOMC and Micron earnings. Is anyone trading Micron earnings? Those are coming out tomorrow. I don't personally have any memory names anymore. Unfortunately, I got stopped out on the recent dip, or somewhat recent dip. They started flying back up again without me and broke out again. So, hopefully we'll get a nice dip to get back in or make it by the breakout. Does seem a little bit sketchy to be buying the MU breakout the day before earnings, at least for me. So I have not considered it today. But yeah, I stayed away. But let me know if you guys are trading Micron earnings. Somebody's got the 70 calls for next week on OKLO. That is way lowered from X. Thoughts on Lulu? Yeah, I don't know. I've never been a huge Lulu trader. I've never really traded. Is there any way to know exactly when the earnings come out, or is it just usually 15 to 30 minutes? There's different sources across the web that you can use, like Earnings Hub. But you can also check the best way to stay on top of earnings is honestly coming to these streams and just looking at the TrendSpider X, because we post them. I mean, we're going to watch them together in real time. But otherwise, yeah, you just have to find it online, which isn't always fun. I would know. I do this a lot. And yeah, that's really the best way. It's honestly just follow us on X and subscribe on YouTube and tune into these streams, because we're pretty much live for most earnings, and you get to see them in real time with us. So, but yeah, check out like stuff like Earnings Hub or whatever for the exact times. OKLO, like I said, is coming out 5 minutes after the bell, which is in 2 minutes from now. Let me see when DoCU said. So it looks like they did report, but they weren't supposed to come out until 5 minutes after the bell as well. So I'm not sure if those numbers actually are real, or that movement there. Not seeing anything in the news feed. Also on TrendSpider, we have this news feed right here that will populate with the earnings in real time, very, very close to real time at least. And yeah, it's a great way. Otherwise, you can just look up, OKLO Investor Relations and see all of their docs there, but it's kind of annoying to go ahead and sift through them. Yeah, let me know what you guys are trading. I got some people saying they're loading up on OKLO. I mean, honestly, not the worst move. It's came down. Let's see, what site is that? We're on TrendSpider right now, TrendSpider.com. If you guys want to test out the platform, we are on sale right now. I can show you guys the current offer. You can save 40% off right now for just the rest of the day, and you get a free month of Sidekick AI. Sidekick Basic, which I believe, yeah, it's a $49 value, gets some extra messages for free. But yes, go ahead and go to TrendSpider to save 40% off for today. If you guys want to be able to follow along with these streams and stay up to date with everything going on in the markets. Hopefully you guys aren't using TradingView anymore, because I mean, that platform is going downhill. I don't know why you'd use it over TrendSpider or many other deals. Yeah. We did talk about OKLO, did sign a deal with the government. Very, very cool. Am I a bull or bear? I'm not an OKLO. I'm mostly a chart trader. DocuSign just flew up 8% on the day, or in the after hours session, I should say. It did just strike 5 minutes after the bell. No movement on OKLO yet, but we should get some pretty soon here. Yeah, TradingView is absolute garbage. Not even gonna lie, you guys. And I've used all these trading platforms for many, many years now. They just do not care. They sold out a long time ago. So yeah, 9% up on DocuSign. Wow, beautiful move on DocuSign. Let me see. We have the numbers yet. No movement yet on LULU or OKLO yet. OKLO is down -1%. If you guys haven't yet, make sure to like the video. Also, if you guys want a recap of everything going in the market, like I'm doing right now, just showing you guys everything, you can get it for free with our free weekly newsletter. I just dropped the link in the YouTube chat down below. You can just sign up with your email. It's completely free, and we break down the entire market every single Sunday for you guys. Whew, yeah, Lulu just popped up. It came right back down. It's up 1%. Now it's down 1%. So Lulu's up for a second there. Yeah, Whale Lords. That's honestly pretty spot on. We're either getting rinsed on OKLO or we're going shopping this week. Hopefully we're going shopping. Well, I don't have any, but hopefully you're going shopping. Always rooting for the bull. Someone asked if I'm bear or bull. I am sure as hell not a bear. I don't remember the last time I shorted a stock, if ever, to be honest. Because, yeah, I don't know. I just don't like shorting like that. Maybe some puts to hedge a position at the most, or a covered call. But other than that, not much. But yeah, still patiently waiting here on OKLO. Let me go back to my other screen real quick with Sidekick open. Drag it over here because I want to see what Sidekick has to say about the options data. We did look at the expected move, which is pretty spot on for OKLO. You can see the chart right here still, don't worry. Zoom in a little bit for you guys. But let's see. I've used Brutal, it says, of course. So trade ideas. Wow, it actually gets some trade ideas. This is not financial advice, of course, but a strangle is something that it said. And it's saying to buy a strangle. So break evens above 67.50 or below 52.50. It's saying buy the 65 call and the 55 put. Would be an interesting trade. Don't even see those ranges on the chart. It's so big. It says this works if OKLO rips or tanks beyond the implied move. So if you guys want, to get a second set of eyes on the options chain with someone that's maybe smarter than you, which is AI, and has access to all the data, you can use Sidekick to take a look at the options chain before earnings to give you a few different trade ideas. For example, gave the strangle idea. It's given the single call idea, which is the 65 call. It does like the 65 call. This is specifically for the March 20th. Bottom line says the strangle is the cleanest place. 65 call alone if you're leaning bullish, but Ivy Crush is the enemy, of course. It says, I'm not your financial advisor, and frankly, I'm concerned about some of the decisions I've seen today, but there's the data. Thank you, Karen. But we can go back and take a look at Lulu. Lulu, for whoever asked, is really flat. It's down 0.8%. OKLO, we still have not seen a move yet for some reason. Someone said NRGV. And again, I just did all this on, TrendSpider. And again, we are on sale for St. Patrick's Day right now. You can save 40% off if you want to go ahead and test it out. That would be an excellent time to go ahead and do that. And we do actually have the expected move indicator, which you can see right here. It just plots it directly on your chart, which is very nice. But OKLO still not moving a ton here. This is the 20th of March. It's moving in real time since we have, this real-time options data now. Let me see if it does it plot the values. Yeah, it does plot the values here. So it's at 59.40 to oh no, that's the current price. I guess it doesn't show the exact. Oh no, yeah, there it is. 65.70 to 53.04. So 65 to 53 is essentially the range in real time here. Are we getting rinsed? OKLO is looking not too bad. It is down a little bit in the after hour session, but nothing crazy. Down 2% at the moment. So don't count yourself out yet. We did get some DocuSign numbers. We got a double beat on DocuSign. 1.01 EPS beating the 95-cent estimate. And sales at 836, beating 827 million estimate. So double beat there. Yeah, the implied move on the chart directly is incredibly nice. It is available now. I can show you guys the indicator. It's on the TrendSpider store for free. Of course, we made it. We don't really sell any indicators. We give them all for free. The ones that we make, at least. You can publish your own indicators and charge for them. But let me show you the indicator here. This is it on the store. And it's called the expected move from options. All you have to do is click add the TrendSpider. I can drop the link down below in the chat. If you guys want to check it out, there's the link so you can take a look at this page right here and add it to your account for free. Highly recommend doing so. It's a pretty useful indicator. And stay tuned for more options indicators that will definitely be coming out in the future. We just released options data again, so it's still in the early stages, but it's only going to keep getting better with the more custom indicators that we continue to get on the platform. For all you guys just joining in, welcome in. We're still waiting for a move on OKLO. DocuSign is up 5%, so make sure you guys stick around. NRGV is up 13.6%, 13% or so. Oh yeah, OKLO misses 27 cent, negative 20 cents. Negative 27 cents misses the negative 16-cent estimate. So yeah, pretty bad miss on OKLO, but the stock isn't reacting too negatively at all. There must be just too much support there. But yeah, you guys, not sure what the market is waiting for here. Not sure what the market is waiting for. OKLO did just miss. If you guys haven't yet, make sure you guys subscribe because I will be live for like half the market day tomorrow because we have FOMC and Micron. And be sure to like the video as well if you guys like seeing this real-time earnings breakdown. We can go ahead and send a prompt into Sidekick to see what is going on in the markets. And before I do that, make sure you guys use the link down below in the YouTube chat and the first link in the YouTube description to sign up for our free weekly newsletter. Send it every single Sunday for completely free. I don't know why you wouldn't sign up for that. It's very useful. But let's take a look at Sidekick and use it to continue to analyze OKLO. We've already used it to, analyze the earnings, and it looks like option sellers are going to be the winners, considering the stock has pretty much not moved in this after hours session. But we're just waiting patiently to see what Psychic has to say about this pretty brutal EPS miss here on OKLO. Again, we'll get the numbers plotted in some nice charts here, thanks to Sidekick in a second, so we can do a full live breakdown of them that just came out. Let's take a look here. So here's the EPS. This is what came in at negative 27 cents. That was the estimate, so it's way worse than the estimate, and then also pretty bad compared to the previous quarter four. 65% miss, give or take. Losses tripled year over year. That is not good. Trend is ugly. Again, pre-revenue, there's no revenue. No revenue guidance, so none expected, of course. Forward guidance, let's see what else we got here. Looks like they have $1.2 billion in cash as of quarter three, which is a solid runway. Let's see. So first potential revenue, though, is the Atomic Alchemy pilot targeting operational mid-2026, around June or July, which could potentially be their first potential revenue, which would be really cool. And they guided 65 to 80 million cash burn for 2025 for the full year. That was the last call. Earnings call on OKLO. Let's take a look and see what time that is for you guys wondering. Let's see here. You can click this link. It is at 5 p.m. Eastern. So 5 p.m. Eastern, which is in about 44 minutes from now, will be the start of the earnings call. Yes, 5 p.m. Eastern. So we'll see what the CEO and everybody has to say during the earnings call. Probably won't stream it since it's just going to be streamed on their own investor relations. I can give you guys the link if you guys wanted to check it out, but we still have 44 minutes. So until that happens, what are you guys watching going into that we can analyze in real time now while we wait? What questions do you guys have? Let us know, or let me know down in the chat below as we go ahead and wait for OKLO earnings or the earnings call to start. You want to know the difference between an earnings call and the earnings themselves. So the earnings themselves come out, like 5 to 15 minutes after the bell, which we just saw. They reported that miss. So the earnings release is just them saying, this is our EPS, this is our revenue, this is what happened. They drop their income statement, their balance sheet, and all that for people to take a look at. And then when the earnings call comes on, you can actually hear from the CEO themselves, and big institutional investors will ask questions to the CEO about the business and stuff like that. So that's what the call is. It's basically a live presentation, I guess you could call it, from the CEO, and then a Q&A with the CEO and whoever else on the board as well. Yeah, let's take a look at some different data on OKLO. I'm going to switch over to my main chart again and show you guys a couple of useful indicators that you can use on TrendSpider here. Aside from, the expected moves, actually did just hit the top of the expected move, it looks like. But the first one is the analyst estimates history indicator, which I just put on my chart. You can see the lowest price target is around 82. The average price target is around, like 120 or 121 to 130. And then the highest price target is around 150. So analysts are pretty bullish on OKLO. I mean, the lowest target that we are seeing is at least a 36% gain. Average is about 100% gain. And then highest is 150% gain from the current level. So analysts are pretty bullish. You can see that right on your chart using the analyst estimate indicator. So whale Lords is asking, so you're saying there could be a lot of good coming from people's mouths about the company. I mean, they did make 2 massive deals today. I believe the hype will push it to 70 if you can get a push. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure they will go ahead and talk about that. Will it cause a push? That is unknown. We can't possibly technically predict that, but it's a good chance. Yeah. And someone also asked about Lulu. You can take a look at Lulu, and it seems, I believe they had a double beat, right? Well, they had a double beat when it comes to surprise, which means that they beat analyst expectations, but the EPS did shrink year over year. So that's the only thing that they missed on Lulu. But let me use Sidekick to analyze it even further. And if you guys want to just do this, analysis for yourselves without having to rely on other people or ask questions, TrendSpider Sidekick AI is an excellent way to do it. That's what I use live on these streams. It's this little chat window right here. Basically, Sidekick has access to all of the earnings data, all the recent news, even earnings called transcripts the next day after they happen. So Whale Lords, for example, if you wanted to get a breakdown of what they say during the OKLO earnings call, you can log into TrendSpider, open Sidekick, and then ask it just to summarize the earnings call. You can do that tomorrow after the earnings call happens today, of course. And that is definitely a great way to get a quick overview of the earnings call without having to actually sit through it all. But here is Lulu's breakdown. Right here, as you can see, EPS came in above the estimate, but significantly below year over year, minus 18% exactly, it looks like. But they did beat by about 4.5% versus the analyst expectation. The actual number here is the green. And then we got revenue coming in at $3.64 billion versus the analyst expected $3.587 billion. So pretty good beat. Year over year change 1%, 1.5% beat over the analyst expectation. Oh, yeah. Gura man. I did probably misspeak a little bit there. The indicator is free, but yes, options data does cost money on the TrendSpider platform. You do have to subscribe to the options data to be able to use the free indicator. My bad for that. But apparently Lulu forward guidance was a pretty big miss. For quarter one EPS, it was expected to come at 2.09, and they came in at 1.65 or so. And then the quarter one revenue also missed 2.4 to 2.43 billion versus 2.47 billion expected. Here's the full, wow, they even missed both revenue and EPS for the full or the fiscal year of 2026. So pretty bad forward guidance on Lulu. Yeah, I can take a look at Visa. Sure, why not? Yeah, somebody else asked for WDC and SNDK. We can do that as well. But yeah, Lulu, pretty bad forward guidance. And that's, in my opinion, more important than the actual numbers. And Lulu is down pretty good here in the after hours session on that news. Only down 2% or so, not terrible. Yeah, a couple of people I think have asked for Visa, so I guess we can take a look at that. Let's go ahead for one. We can see analyst estimates are pretty bullish on Visa. The lowest one is at 375, which is a good sign. And we can take a look. Let me add some EMAs here. Is currently in a downtrend. It's trading below both these EMAs. Let me delete these real quick. But here we got the weekly chart of Visa up. I mean, honestly, it looks like Visa is just coming down, pulling back to recent support here. right around there. So I wouldn't be too scared. I mean, Visa is one of those stocks that you probably just buy and hold for the long term. Does seem to be trading at some sort of support. Do have another one below there. So I mean, probably will be a little bit more bleeding. Trend is down right now. Trend is down on the weekly as we speak, but it does have some solid support. You know, at the lowest like 290 or so. So just keep that in mind. We can take a look at SNDK. That one's a banger. SNDK is absolutely ripping. Did they make a new all-time high today? High is 725.98 there. Yeah, they just barely hit an all-time high today, it looks like. Well, in the after-hours session they did, or maybe it's the pre-market. No, it looks like in the the after-hours session, I think SNDK hit a new all-time high. So congrats to everybody still holding SNDK. I got slipped up when it broke under basically these EMAs. Well, still took some profits. I think I got stopped out actually over there. But either way, trend seemed to potentially be breaking here. Almost had a cross down the 921. But of course, it took out some stops and is going right back up. Same kind of thing with Micron, just broke out again to a new all-time high today. And you see the expected move from options right here is, you know, down at like, what is this? 421, and the high is about 502 for, you know, like March 20th expiration, which is just in a few days. So, you know, if you get into MU, you can just set a stop somewhere below these EMAs, the expected move, and either make some money or lose a little bit. Who knows? And yeah, WDC, somebody also asked about WDC, new all-time high. Again, same kind of setup as the rest of the memory names, but it's looking good. It is looking good. Absolutely insane charts. APLD, we'll take a look at. Why not? Here's the daily, weekly. Start on the weekly. Again, I mean, it seems pretty obvious that support is somewhere around here in this little box zone, and it's still holding above that, but it is trading below some of the more recent EMAs. So it's kind of in a chop state right now. I mean, you got this range. It's like a, I don't know, pretty big range. It's a 50% drop. That's just the volatility that you have to deal with if you're trading some of these high flying stocks. It's like a 20 bar, $20 range, 20 points, whatever you want to call it. But so far, it seems to be holding up okay. Again, it's breaking below the EMAs for the past couple of weeks, and it's currently rejecting on this week as well. So be wary of that. Maybe you'll get some better buying opportunities down here. But the revenue growth looks incredible, fundamentally. You see at the top right chart over here, nothing but straight up revenue growth up and to the right, and it's following the stock price pretty well. Massive revenue in their last earnings on Q2 2026. So overall APLD, I think, is looking pretty good. Seagate STX, we can take a look at that as well. If you guys are enjoying this, make sure you guys do subscribe and hit the like button. It is free to go ahead and do that, so I'd greatly appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, same thing on STX. STX actually does look a little bit weaker compared to like Micron and SNDK because it's not hitting new highs. STX, which is Seagate, one of the other memory names, is pretty much the only memory name, big memory names, that's not hitting all-time highs. So if you want to trade the ones that are the strongest, you'd be looking at Micron and SanDisk and even Western Digital, which all hit new highs recently. So STX is, you know, maybe you can ride it up to see if it hits a new all-time high from here. But it's definitely looking the weakest out of all of them just from a pure chart. Circle is another good one, CRCO. I've seen a lot of hype about this one lately. You know, they recently had a 921 EMA cross right here and a gap on the earnings, and it's been looking good ever since, honestly. So Now, if you're a trend follower, you could just, hop in and set a stop below these EMAs and call it a day. You could just use signal stack or alert, create an alert at the line. And if it breaks through or touches it, you can automatically exit your position or just get alerted. Yeah, DocuSign, I don't know. DocuSign, like, there's just so many plays out there in the market that, to me, seem better than DocuSign. It's hanging up there pretty decently going into or coming off earnings. They did report decent earnings. So I don't know. It's not a play that I would be taking right now. Personally, I guess, you could buy and hold it if you think it's going to get back up to like, closer to 100 potentially, but it's a falling knife for the most part. So that is that. Let's go back to our dashboard over here. Oh, apparently DocuSign got a buyback. Some buyback news, which is really good. Good sign of confidence there from the company if they are introducing a buyback. Let's take a look at our news widget over here. I'll add it to a new column. Strong guidance as well on DocuSign. Yeah, but it says DocuSign announces $2 billion increase to the buyback plan. So that means they're going to be buying their own stock, which is a very bullish sign for the most part. What else are you guys watching? Take a look at anything. We do have 29 minutes until the OKLO earnings call does go ahead and start. I can show you guys the platform. You can take a look at any stocks that you guys want to see while my PC lags a little bit. Yeah, just a quick recap for anybody that potentially just joined. OKLO is completely flat, missed earnings. DocuSign is up about 1.5% on actually really good earnings and good forward guidance. And Lulu, let me double check Lulu. I believe Lulu, we had in our sidekick loaded up over here. Lululemon. Sidekick gave it a hold, and yeah, revenue came in good and EPS came in good compared to analyst estimates. But yeah, Lulu had a massive, massive forward guidance miss. RZLV. I've never heard of this name. It looks like a SPAC. I don't know. It's tough here. RZLV. I mean, I don't know. It did have a recent 921 cross. So if you want to try to ride the trend up, if you guys want, these are two basic EMAs that people like to go ahead and use for buy and sell signals a lot. We do have a strategy that you can use to back test it. We have the 921 EMA cross strat right here. So as you can see, after the stock did have a 921 EMA cross, you could have got in here, and then you could hold it until the EMA crosses back down. And if you want to back test that over time, you can look at it right here. It does outperform buy and hold. You only were down 18% versus just buy and hold. You're down 71%. So that's the benefit of using a trend following signal like EMA crosses. But it did just recently have a 921. So if you want to play that, you could set a stop below there and hope for the best. Zeta, I've seen this one before. Zeta also just recently had a 921 cross and is currently testing the 921s here. So if it does have a cross back down, you would probably want to get back out. Zeta doesn't do super well with this strategy. It's underperformed buy and hold. But yeah, even the max drawdown is not as good. So maybe not the greatest signal in Zeta for the crosses, but it could be decent. Could be decent. OKLO, again, we can take a look. Of course, we know they did just report earnings. And they've been trading in a pretty nasty downtrend for a while. This is the TrendSpider platform, MMMM. I can show you guys, we are on sale right now. For St. Patrick's Day, I'll show you guys the offer right now. So if you want to take a look at the platform, go to trendspider.com and you can save 40% off. As low as $55 a month, which is the same price as TradingView, and you get a hell of a lot better of a platform than TradingView with full options data, Sidekick AI included for free for the first month, since you get a bonus of 1 month of Sidekick Basic for free. So check it out. Yep, TrendSpider. I'll give you guys a link to check out the platform down below in the chat as well. I'll give you guys the YouTube live link so you can save 40% off right there. Somebody asked, what's the difference between this and Thinkorswim? Thinkorswim was built in the 90s and it hasn't really been updated ever since. And it doesn't have anything nearly as close to all of the data and ability to scan and build strategies and use AI. I mean, Thinkorswim, again, was built nearly before the internet was around, let alone AI. So I'd say the biggest thing here between Thinkorswim and TrendSpider is our AI capabilities and just the ease of use. It is a modern platform. Whereas Thinkorswim, which is great, I mean, I use Schwab, but it's definitely not up to the standards of the modern markets. Of course, George. Make sure you follow us on X. I see you're tuning in from X. Also subscribe to our YouTube. How do you use AI? Yeah, I can show you right now. Best way to do it is Sidekick. Here, Ethereum Whale just gave us a prompt that he wants to ask to Sidekick. So all you have to do is click Sidekick AI or just Sidekick at the top of the screen. And just imagine this is ChatGPT, but has access to all of the market's data, actual real good data, unlike some of the other, pretty shitty competitors that use like not good data. I won't mention any of them, but yeah, I'll ask it. I'll just show you some of the output. Like we just recently used it to analyze OKLO earnings. All I did was go ahead and type analyze the upcoming OKLO earnings and give me your thoughts. Essentially is kind of a longer prompt, but here's what it says right here. Even asked it about options trading ideas going into earnings for OKLO, which you can see right here. It looked at the entire options chain, call 65 strike, most active call today, highest OI on the 70 call, max OI wall on calls at the 75 strike. So it just, breaks down everything, the deltas for you. Really, it's like your trading assistant. And it gave us some, options, potential trade ideas. And then also I used to analyze the earnings here and I plotted them all in beautiful charts. As you can see, the OKLO EPS came at negative 27 cents a share compared to the estimate, which is in the yellow. So it put it in a nice little chart for us. And all I did was give it a prompt and it takes and finds all the data for you. There is no code needed for a 40% off. It's just on the TrendSpider website. I just dropped the link right above there, but I'll drop it again. But we are on sale, so anybody can go ahead and use that link that is put in the chat to save 40% on TrendSpider, though. Then I actually did have it give me a rating, whether it's buy, hold, or sell. AI decided that it is a hold. Yep, there is a mobile app as well. You can use Sidekick on the mobile app too. That's probably one of the best use cases of the mobile app is that you can use Sidekick on there. Let me pull up my phone. I don't know if you guys will be able to see my platform very well on my phone. But if you do, yeah, it does have the app. You can see you can use Sidekick on your phone from anywhere. So you don't even need to be at your computer to use the platform. You can use all your custom indicators right on the mobile app. But the web platform is, of course, a lot better. Side chick. No, not side chick. Sidekick. I just typed it out in the chat. It is not side chick. It is Sidekick AI, which is, again, TrendSpider's AI trading agent. And George, yeah, please let us know if you do have any questions. And yeah, there's a contact us button at the bottom here too. Again, something else that competitors do not have that we have that is incredible is customer support. Some actual real traders can help you out to set up your platform anytime. So very, very cool. And you can build out your own dashboards like this too. It's very nice. You can set up your custom indicators. You can set up scanners. We have the sector rotation map here that I like to use to see where the money is flowing across all of these sectors. We have premium news feeds. So instead of, buying like a premium news feed, you can buy and sell through it via Signal Stack. You go over here, you click the trading widget, you add it to the left, and you will have to connect your broker through Signal Stack, but you can buy and sell through it for free, actually, if you connect your broker to Signal Stack. We don't charge you to actually buy and sell through it. We only charge if you're using alerts to buy and sell. Like if you have an automated bot, that does cost money to automate. But if you just connect your broker, you can trade through it, yes. Somebody's asking what that blue block by the put. This blue block is nothing. I mean, that's just it's just a rectangle. You can just draw them. So that's all that is. And you can change the color to whatever you want, to blue. That one's like blue like that. Someone's asking Lulu downside price target. I mean, again, I don't really short stocks, but I mean, Lulu, let me hide this indicator real quick. Where is it? Earnings bubbles. Did have some anchored VWAPs being drawn. There's a tutorial video if you want to learn how to use anchored VWAPs on the YouTube channel. But all you have to do is basically go to a swing low is where you're supposed to put it, like the lowest point on the chart. Right click and choose Alpha Trends Anchored VWAP. Let's see where these are lining up. Zoom out here. Yeah, I mean, it's coming up to some of the, even the lowest anchored VWAPs. I think it's the all-time low anchored VWAP is all the way, or it's coming up actually. It's at like 135. So I guess if you did want a downside price target, 135 could be a decent bet, that anchored VWAP. No, Taco, that was just a box. Just a box. There probably is some sort of automatic support and resistance indicator, but it is very easy to draw. I mean, you just look at, like, for example, on OKLO, you can just look back in time. Whoops. And draw your box. See how this price reacted right here? You can draw it like that. Change to a color that we can actually see. And that's how you can kind of, just draw yourself some support and resistance pretty easily. Just like that. Useful tool just to plot out those key levels. So yeah, you guys, that is pretty much, that was, a good walkthrough of TrendSpider, but there's so many other features on here. We have, the entire What's Happening Now tab is insane. Again, we have so many data feeds that you guys can go ahead and use. Data is, the biggest thing when it comes to trading. Access to good data, and we have a ton of it. We spend a lot of money on data, so you guys have access to the best data around pretty much. We don't charge for equity data as well, unlike our competitors. There is, additional data feeds you can buy, such as futures and options, but most of the data that most traders need does come in with the platform itself, so we don't hide it like TradingView does, for example. We have a Pelosi tracker. We have unusual options. Taco. I don't know if you can send an image of your chart, but I would love to see it. I don't know how you can send it though. We have any insiders buying stock. So let's see if there's any good recent insider trades. All you have to do is click anyone buying on insider trades here. And yeah, lots of insider trading happening recently. Let's see if there's anything good. And you can just use AI to analyze it for you. For example, I'll just click this AI button here. Instead of having to parse through all this manually, which I will do anyway, AI will find the best stuff for you on the platform. I don't see anything that I personally recognize very well here. FLNT sounds kind of familiar. DCH, FLNT, some FLNT insider buying coming in. Let's take a look at FLNT. And not only can you see it on What's Happening Now, you can also add the insider trades on chart indicator. So you can see that the buys happened right there. Let's go to the daily. Yeah, FLNT. Couple insider buys right there. Pretty cool. You can see it right on your chart. PTLO recently just had an insider buy, which looks like it probably caused a nice little spike in the price. UUU. Let's see what Sidekick has to say. The most notable signals are CPNG, repeated massive buying by a director. Let's take a look at Coupang. Yeah, look at this. Multiple insider buys here on CPNG, which probably caused this gap up. Maybe it was something else, but there was a lot of insider buying right before the gap up, which is interesting. And you can customize this to filter for just CPNG so you can see exactly what is going on here, how much they're buying. Wow. So, whoa, from March 11th to the 13th, this guy has bought $150 million worth of CPNG, Coupang. Yeah, just about, probably a little bit under $150 million worth of shares bought just in that little range there. Pretty insane. And Sidekick helped me find that. SNDA had a $100 million buy. Let's take a look here. 100 million. That's nuts. SNDA from an insider. Not sure who exactly, but an insider. Looks like the stock is doing pretty good. Oh, that looks pretty damn good, to be honest. Looks like a kind of a cup with handle pattern right here, which is also marked by our cup with handle chart pattern recognition. You can see the cup and the handle and the breakout. Pretty freaking good buy, honestly, from that insider. You threw in $100 million on a cup and handle breakout. I mean, what other platform can you do all this on? Definitely not any platform that I know of. KRRO had 8 insider buys on one day. What is going on here? What is this KRRO? Holy moly, this guy. Holy crap. So much insider buying. It looks like the insiders here at KRO decided something was going to happen or something good is going to happen because they bought millions of dollars worth of shares in KRRO on the 10th of March. So you can see March right there. It looks like it might have been some gifts. So you see those blue labels, but yeah, crazy amounts of KRO being bought by insiders. And you can also find Congress trading data too. Or government trades, I should say. And again, I'll just use Sidekick to analyze them for me by clicking the AI button there, and then it's going to automatically analyze them for us. It's like Verizon had some or Congress buying. Microsoft did as well. Oh no, that's a sale. Oh, hold on. I'm going to make this to buys. We're going to do transaction or action is purchase. FCN was recently bought. And you can also, we have the Congress trades on chart indicator as well, which you can add to your chart. Actually shows you exactly where the buys happened from these Congress people. There was a sell and a 2 buys though. So FSS, you got a buy there. Hearn, couple of buys. W Day, interesting. NDAQ, is this the NASDAQ? Yeah, that's interesting. Spotify, lots of Congress buying here in Spotify. Also some selling, but a lot of buying from Michael T. McCall. So that's a cool insight. He's buying here after this 921 EMA cross. But yeah, you guys, I think that's going to pretty much do it for this stream. I will go ahead and drop the OKLO earnings call link if you guys wanted to watch it. Down in the chat. So if you guys want to watch the OKLO earnings call, you can use that link in the chat to take a look at it. I don't want to get a copyright strike on the channel, so I won't be streaming it, unfortunately. Oh. But yeah, guys, is there any final questions before call it a day on this stream? We'll say again here, make sure you guys sign up for our free weekly newsletter using the link down in the chat below. Again, we send you guys a free weekly market update to your email every single Sunday. All you have to do is sign up with your email for free and you can get it. Make sure to check out the new options data. I'm working on a post and a video for that so you guys can see how it works a little bit better as well. But it is there in the platform ready for you guys to use. At the bottom here, you click options data. Check out the free indicators that we made. Again, options data is not free, but the indicators are free. Believe it or not, it's only like $9 a month for options data. Which actually is not bad for all that options data and the ability to use Sidekick AI to analyze it for you. Okay, guys, if you guys haven't already, make sure you like the video and subscribe and tune back in tomorrow because Micron is reporting earnings tomorrow and it just hit all-time highs. Tried signing up and there's an error. What kind of error, Logic? To the newsletter? What does the error say? This is the sign up box right here. So just put in your first and last name, email address, and you can optionally choose what you are, probably a retail trader. And you should be able to get it. And this is a preview of how the newsletter looks. You can use the link down below to go ahead and check it out. Thank you. I will take a look, and I'll notify our web team that there potentially is an error. Maybe just try again. I'm not sure why there'd be an error. We have tested it, and it does generally work from what I've seen. Yeah, just name, email you guys, and subscribe. That's how you get the free weekly newsletter. Is it? Yeah, I just clicked that link myself and it worked. Was it the link itself, or is it you trying to try that link? Maybe it's because it was redirecting or something. I don't know. That is the direct link to it, though. Yeah. Who owns this amazing platform? Our CEO is Dan Ushman. You can follow him on X. He is the founder and CEO of TrendSpider. A few people have built it, but our CTO, I don't know if he wants me to say his name or not, but you can go to the TrendSpider website and go to the About Us page. I'll pull it up. Let me see. Here are the goats behind TrendSpider: CEO, CTO Russ, Brad, and James. You can go visit the TrendSpider About page. I'll drop it in the chat. Yeah, we have a support. We have great support. If you just go on the website, it's actually at the bottom right. It should appear. If you click down here, there's a chat with us button, and there's several ways to contact them. You can just send a message, or any of these other methods. You can even just straight up call. But I would probably just click send a message there, and then type it in there. I know I'm not on the About Us page, right? Got to get me on there. Cool. Yeah. Just yeah, it would be good for you to potentially meet our customer support too as well, if you guys want to. If you have any questions, you can definitely chat in straight from the website and send it in. I believe you can use attachments too. So perfect. Yeah, you guys, earnings call is about to start. I'm going to have to head off here and finish up some stuff, some video for you guys for the options data release, and a blog post so you guys can learn how to use it better. But again, feel free to use the chat with us button there if you have any questions. But otherwise, tune back in tomorrow to the same stream, and I'll be live again. If you guys have any questions, do let me know. But other than that, I will catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.